I'm Moxie Mae and I am so excited to be here. When Stevan Buren Roofing, Windows and Flooring asked me to do a crafty type video for you, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Now check this out. Now I found this project on Pinterest and I loved it. I can't find who did it originally though, so if you know where this originated, you let me know and we will update it in the comments. Now this one is a little bit big. This is about the size of a Louisiana mosquito. So we're going to do one a little bit smaller. Check this out. This is my photo collage. Now, when I made this one, I used only things that I had laying around. I didn't buy a single thing when I made this. And I'll tell you, I learned a couple of things, so we're going to make another one a little bit smaller, just a little bit. Buford, come quick! Moxie Mae's finally on the YouTubes! Now, let's talk about what we're going to need to complete this project. The first thing we're going to need is a piece of foam core. Now, foam core comes in a couple of different sizes. I have files for you for Photoshop for 20-inch wide and 22-inch wide foam core. And I'll put a link in the description below to where you can download those. The second thing we're going to need is photographs printed off of your computer. Now this is just regular old nice paper and printed off of my regular old inkjet printer. These are ones I printed first before I discovered that the foam core I bought was 20 inches wide and not 22, so I can make another project if I want to. Here we need some laminating pouches for your hot laminator, which I have over here. It's already hot and going. We're gonna need some wood glue, a glue gun. Good Lord, this is probably a little more firepower than you need, but this will work. You need a measuring tape, and you need a staple gun. Now, let me tell you, I learned from experience that a regular light duty staple gun just doesn't work for this project. So if you do not have a heavy duty stapler and some heavy duty staples, you might want to go get one. This is really inexpensive from Walmart. What else are we gonna need? Oh, we need a paper cutter. Scissors will work, but a paper cutter is better just because it cuts straight lines really fast. And over here, you can't really see it, I've got a chop saw because we're going to make our frame, and we're going to make our frame out of flooring scraps. This is reducer, and you can kind of see how it's coming apart there. You can see how it's kind of a frame shape there. Also, a straight edge and a utility knife. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to laminate our photos. So I will do that real fast. We'll tuck each one of these into a laminating pouch and then go run these through the laminator. Okay, while those are laminating, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess on here. Now I'm going to trim them quite close. Let me go ahead and stick this in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of lay them out. Now this is not where they're going to go. That's not where they're going to live permanently just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to lay them out and kind of get an idea of how far apart we need them, and we're going to measure. And with the same amount of space on the top and on the bottom, this is about 22 3/4 inches. I said 22 3/4. So that's where I am going to put a mark right here. $22 3/4 right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay these out one more time, and I am going to measure just to make sure that I don't cut my frame a little bit too small. I want to make sure that my photos always are on the inside. So that's about 22 inches right there, and this is going to be about 19 inches. All right. So I need to make sure that the opening in my frame is 19 by 22. Let's talk about how much and what size pieces we're going to need. Now, I made this mistake when I made that one, and I had to fudge it a little bit. Now, the length that you cut your pieces depends on the width of the trim that you are using. We're mitering the corners, which means we need pieces that are a little bit longer than our inside dimensions. We need to add 2 times the width of our trim to each measurement. My trim is 1 3/4 inches wide, which means if I add that 2 times to my 22-inch measurement, I get 25.5. I need 2 of those. Then I also need to add 1 1/4 2 times to my 19-inch measurement, which gives me 22.5. I need 2 of those also. Your measurements will be a little bit different if your trim isn't 1 3/4 inches wide. Let's cut them. Always use eye protection. We're going to set our miter saw at 45 degrees. Alrighty, I've got all my pieces cut. Now I'm gonna glue them up, put some wood glue in the seams, and then I'm gonna use my heavy duty stapler to staple them together. Okay, now I am going to clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to set it down on the floor and put something a little bit heavy on it so that the seams will hold together. I'm going to let it dry. Alright, now I'm going to go put a coat of paint on it. Alright, I got a coat of paint on my frame, so now it's time to put the foam core in. Now, I'm going to check it, make sure it fits. Alright, my frame ended up being just a little bit too big, so I'm just going to center my foam core in there. Alright, it's going to fit. Alright, and I see about how much space on each side, so now I have my hot glue gun. And just for good measure, I'm going to put in a little bit more here at the corners. Here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. Alright. Okay, paint wasn't quite dry. That's okay, we'll touch it up. Alright, now, turn it this way. And now, I'm going to arrange. Let's see, we got this one. Now, I am going to arrange these again, but I'm going to make sure they're all centered. I'm going to glue them down. Alright, and there we have it. A benefit of doing it this way is if you ever wanted to swap out one of the photo sections, it'd be easy to do. You just pull off the laminated paper and redo that one and stick it right back where it goes. Alright, that's it. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos and visit us online at stevanburen.com. Have a wonderful day. This is so exciting!